Hello lovely people, it's Ali from Ali's Stitching Studio. I thought I would attempt another video. I have in the last few months and the last few years since I stopped filming and continually been asked to film, and I just felt I'm in a conundrum. I am at the point we are all stuck in our houses if we are not essential workers around the world at the moment. As I am not an essential worker, I am at home for the foreseeable future, at least another 5 weeks in my job. So I will be looking at stitching all the things. I am still on Instagram, for those of you who follow me there and constantly keep in contact with me. I'm very appreciative. Of course, I'm still stitching like a maniac, like we all are. But my conundrum, as you might be able to guess by what I've got in front of you right now, is my Mirabelli stash. Now, it's sizable. It's sizable. It's a tub of about 20. I have most of them kitted, so I could start any of them at the time. Now, I don't know how to insert pictures, so I won't do that here. But yesterday, I want to say, Mirror brought out a new Mirabelli, and I was aghast. I thought, I need to get me that straight away. Well, settle down, Ali. You know what? You've got about 20 in a tub to start. So, what I would like, lovely people, is a vote. Please help me choose the mirror that I should start next. So at this point in time, I'm going to show you all of my mirror charts that are unstarted. Now I have got, I believe, 3 or 4 that are whips, and they are in this tub as well. So I might even show them as we come across them. But here are to start with, the ones that aren't started. If I don't have fabric in the little snap lock bag, I do have beads and threads, and I can get any of these up straight away. I do have a bit of a fabric stash these days since coming back from America, which again, I have not talked about that. I stopped filming prior to going to the States 2 years ago, so I haven't discussed the retreat that I went to, the Floss Tube, New Jersey retreat 2 years ago. It was wonderful. I stopped and went and saw Pammy from Pam's Crafty Corner for a week before the New Jersey retreat, and then I went on to Missouri and Missouri Star Quilt Co. and spent a couple of days there. So it was a trip of a lifetime. I loved it. I have enough stash for 300 crafters, and that is slowly getting used. And I tell you, I feel very lucky that I did that. I feel very appreciative of the fact that I have stocked all of that, because I am up to the gills. I brought back 50 kilos of craft product. Look, some of that was dirty washing, but that's what my gear weighed in at. I was 2 kilos over, and they let me go. Outlandish. I had to buy a suitcase in New York. It was fun, it was exhilarating, it was exciting, but my credit cards still aren't talking to me. They are still in a great deal of pain from that trip 2 years on. So, back to the question at hand. What Mirabelli should Ali start next? Now, this is a lovely one called Santa. Now, my friend Brenda Holzman sent me this, which was just a darling thing to do last year. He is the one that I really love in the Santa department for mirror. I do love him, and she's darling. She sent all the beads and some of the threads. So I will be able to get a go on that. I have some lovely vintage country mocha that I would stitch that on, because that fabric is just the duck's nuts as far as I'm concerned. You will be hearing some rattling on this video. If you don't like that, you know what? I don't edit, bad luck. I really don't care if you like rattling or not, to be quite frank. So, the next one. Now, this I have had, Lady Hira. I've had this for at least 3 years. I have her fully kitted, all the business. on a 28 count gingerbread. I bought a metre of it. I've just got the whole metre of fabric sitting in there. Obviously it won't use a metre, so that'll give me a lovely amount of fabric for something else. And she's stunning. Anyone who has watched me previously knows my love of peacocks and the gorgeous colours in that. So that is Mirabelli Lady Hera. That would be one to seriously think about, because I have everything here and have had for a number of years. A while ago, I had the inclination to pull all of my DMC out of my, because I had everything kitted up. I had the inclination to pull it all out and put it back into stash box, into DMC containers, and I'll just spin you around and show you. I think I have a full set of DMC there. Some of them I have ridiculous amounts, like I'm talking, it's just ridiculous. Anyway, excuse me. You are leaning on my electric pencil sharpener because I mark patterns with pencil. Okay, so here we are. This one I got not so long ago, last year I think, from Nicole at Journey of a Stitcher. She's my mirror dealer. She's my mirror dealer. What am I trying to say? Dealer. Like a drug dealer, but a pattern dealer. We joke about that. I'm not joking. She is very good at selling mirrors at a good price. So this is Anthea, Goddess of Wisdom, number 1, or number 97, I should say. I do like this. Very rich in colours. Look at that. So vibrant. I haven't got any threads pulled aside, but I have got some of the Silk Weaver pattern. Silk Weaver Golden Harvest that I brought in New Jersey to go with that. So that's a possibility. Here is another one from Nicole, Journey of a Stitcher. Again, one that I had just looked at for a long time and finally brought it. Oh, look, professional as ever. No, some things never change. Fairy, Feather Fairy, number 83. She's pretty. I just saw, I want to say Elizabeth from Running Stitch, who literally, my God, is she not just a fast runner? She stitches mirrors. Her needles are on fire. Anyway, just finished another one. She's very quick. I just saw her stitch that, and I thought it was the world of pretty. Now, this. Dressmaker's Daughter, I want to say. Dressmaker's Daughter, yeah. This has way too many beads. The bead pack was the most expensive thing I've ever seen on a mirror. I do have a heap of beads here that I've been given by my mother. So my goal now is mirrors, just to go through the beads I own and following Yarny's lead, just put whatever beads I feel like on there, quite frankly. I have the full set of the birds. These Carissa's Life had a sale and I went a little bit crazy. Last year? Year before. So that's the full set of these. I don't know how I want those, if they're going to be stitched together and I leave out the surround and just put the boxes together and maybe put the surround, like do 3 rows of 2 and put the surrounds on the outside, or do them singularly. I don't know. I don't want to start those until I've actually got a clear view in mind of what I would like it to look like. By the way, I am filming on my iPhone, so I haven't done this before, so we'll see how we go. Here's another one from Nicole at Journey of a Stitcher, Lady Pirate. Now, oh, Red Lady Pirate, I beg your pardon, number 113. Isn't she a sexy beast? Look at that. Now, I do not believe I have seen her stitched at any point on floss tube. Forgive me if I am wrong and you can point me in the direction of someone who has stitched her. She is magnificent, and I'm feeling, I don't know if I want her on blue. I don't know. I brought the bead pack for that, so I have the bead pack, and I had put aside like a natural looking linen. I don't know if I want her on blue or not. It would make sense in a way too, but because it's telling me I should do it on blue, Ali feels like she shouldn't do it on blue. Pretty well sums up my personality, I think. Okay, so here's one that I brought at Needleworkers Delight in New Jersey. I love that shop. Okay, so this had just been released at the time in May 2018 when I went over, and it is called Tamuka 156. She's like a garden fairy of some sort, reclining on her glorious bed, looking very wispy, and a refill. This one does call my name. So I brought the bead pack while I was at it, and I have put aside from Carissa's sale a crystal pewter Colorscapes 32 count. She's a little bit glittery. That's way too much fabric for that piece, but ages ago I went through and matched fabric to my mirror stash to try and get a little bit of a sense of, if I felt like starting another mirror, what I had ready to go. Okay, now here's one that I have had for a long time. I do know that my friend Jan from Thread Garden is stitching this, or have you finished it, Jan? And I've not been paying attention. Enchanted Mermaid, number 84. This again, I might have to sell my house to buy the beads that they want on this. Look at the bead list. 11 packets of one of them, 10 packets of another, 7 packets of another. Mill Hill, stop already. She is pretty, and again, as I explained, I have a stash of beads that I would look at substituting. I have kept the DMC in that ready to go, and I don't know what this is or where I got it. Might be one I got from Carissa. I don't know. It's sparkly. It's got a little bit of a sea theme. I really am hopeless in knowing. I don't know much about the fabric companies and who did what when. So that's somewhere. That's something I got somewhere. And she's sitting with the Enchanted Mermaid. For those of you who haven't watched an Ali stitching video before, this is pretty well how it goes. You've got to roll with the punches. And if you don't like it, go and watch something else. So here we are. Nora's little, I'd say Christmas fairy. Pixie Couture Holly. A lovely lady, Sarah Loves Stitching. I sent her Tiger Pixie years ago, and she sent me back this and another one, which was, you know, not needed. I was sending her that because I had stitched it and she was looking for it. But isn't that lovely? I like the little pixies. They're very quick to stitch. I actually just framed, I want to say Fern today. She's all green anyway. I don't remember what she's called. Anyway, again, I've looked at some of the threads, and I have a 16 count glittery forest glade. It's still in its plastic, by the way. So that could possibly be what that goes on. Yeah, still going. It's a mirror tub, as I said. It's a tub of mirrors. This I got just last year. It was re-released at my LNS, and I saw it, and my heart went a flutter. It is beautiful. Butterfly kisses. Oh, butterfly fairy. So close. 75. Oh, not so bad on the beads. Whew. Isn't she pretty? I did pay too much for this because they'd just re-released. It was a special release. But I really like, again, her shading is magnificent. But the play of the shades of purple to the greens, the butterflies, the sense of the garden. You know, can't you just see me there reposing in my garden? Yes, it's a selfie. I have the bead pack. And I have something here. 32 count Joblin Sapphire. So that's even weave. That looks lovely. And that might just be the duck's nuts for that pattern. Actually, I don't know if I should start all of these. I don't do Mania. I haven't done Mania once, but I do feel slightly manic when I'm stitching, if that counts for anything. Okay, so my very first mirror I ever brought. I want to say I've owned this for the better part of 20 years, but I might be lying if I looked at the release date. 2006. I've got a feeling that I brought this when it was new then. So that's 14 years ago. Look at her, Lady Hira. Lorna did this from Ladybirds Stitcher and did a beautiful job. It's lovely. And my intention, just a very stark plain white. I have all the threads put aside. That's just, I think that's a Wexford linen. Yep, I'll put aside the Wexford linen that I picked up in New Jersey for that one. It looks lovely. Like, that is linen. I do remember Shari from Shari's Cross Stitch mentioning Wexford linen as just being the best quality, and I saw that when I was over there and I thought of her, and I thought I'm going to get that because Shari said so. Now, this is one that I have got a little bit of work on. White Christmas. Oh, don't show the chart, Ali. It's a whip, so... Now, this is very, very confusing to people because look at this. It's a whip. And I will show you, if you've been following me for a while, you've seen this, but goodness, I haven't worked on this for a while. But look at the colorings on that. Like, it's pretty vibrant. It's, I've got a feeling I brought this chart for something like $5 at a sale at a craft show or something silly, like, you know, in the clearance bin kind of a thing. And when I first brought it, I thought, oh, I don't know about that, how I feel about it. But look at it. It's beautiful. But the colours are so much more vibrant, more maroony, more pink and purple. Maroon and plum, pink and purple. So it's interesting, isn't it? Oh, yep, another alley moment. And there we go, the lovely white stitches. I love stitching white stitches. I know that's a controversial comment, but there we go. So there we are. There's the White Christmas. She has had quite a bit done. That's a significant amount. All the arches, of course, have to be put in. And she did call for little snowflakey type and snowdrop things there. And she's holding something fancy looking. Look, no, I'll just be going through whatever I have and doing my best with what I already own. But that's White Christmas, and that is one that I should get back to. I had started this on something else, I can't even recall now, and restarted it on this sort of natural coloured linen, and I am really, really happy with that. I think the colours play off that really well. They're vibrant, so the natural linen just gives them that little bit of a extra punch, so to speak. They bounce off that. So that's one of my mirror whips. Bang, bang, crash, crash, rustle, rustle. And, oh, maybe I've only got 2 mirror whips on at the moment. Okay, that could be possible. Lord only knows, quite frankly, I've got 4 tubs of whips. We're just looking at my mirror stash at the moment. Okay, so this is a hand-dyed, ice-dyed, lemony-coloured something. Ada. Yes, Ada. I want to say 18 count. Now, Lisa from Luby's Stitch, Luby's Lot, loves this chart. She keeps asking me about it, Lisa. I know, I have to get back to it. Look at it. It's magnificent. I did want a pastel-y background, and I didn't want it to be pink or purple because I felt the design had enough pink or purple in it with those levels of mattresses there. Let me just get the cover. I think I've gotten rid of the thing because it was so beaten up, but I've just got it on my needle case there. So that's the full cover. I want to say she's called Sleeping Princess. I'm pretty sure that's what her name is. You know, it's not going to be hard to find. Look it up, people. Google is your friend. So there she is. I've got to do the chandelier, finish her dress, and obviously her head and her face and things, and come up around here, the top part here. But she is a good bit of back stitching. I've started in with the chronic here. This was fun. Look at all those lovely white stitches. This was fun. I did love working on this. What was I doing here? Still going with the chronic. Fun, fun, fun. I did like this. It's just a very pretty chart, as they all are. All the mirrors are pretty. So there we are. That's, is that it? Okay, I'm going to call it. I don't think I'll find any others. But I'm not making any promises. So that's me, Ali from Ali's Stitching Studio. I have enjoyed filming this. Let me know what you think I should start in the mirror department next. I am unsure. I do know I want to start one. I do know I want to work on the 2 that I have going. I think that there's just a certain feel to working on the mirrors that I absolutely love. I love the gradients of colour. She's a master of that. Building the pretty dresses, it's just amazing. This needs to get some love because it's pretty, you know, it wouldn't take a lot to finish this, really, quite frankly. Yeah. Okay. I definitely need to continue on with this one as a whip, but please help me choose one of the other patterns to start. I am open to starting 2 or 3 new mirrors. I don't do Stitch Mania, so, you know, I like to call it a startitis. So we'll see. Let me know. Let me know what you think. It's nice to be back, whether this is a format that works for me, and being able to upload this onto YouTube easily and quickly will be the thing. One of the well, the main thing that stopped me from wanting to film a couple of years ago when I stopped was I've got 2 teenage daughters and they use a lot of Wi-Fi for entertainment, but also for study, for school. And I can't be, our Wi-Fi here is slow at times. I cannot be clogging up hours. And I'm talking, I think the last one I tried to upload was at 36 hours and it was at 10% or something stupid. And I can't do that. We run a business off the Wi-Fi here. It's not feasible. So I got the jack of that and just threw my hands up in the air and said, look, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. This is a hobby. I can't be putting everyone else's life on hold for me to upload a bloody YouTube video. So for those of you who have been wondering how I am, I know a lot of you follow me on Insta. It's been wonderful to keep up with you there and have a chat as we go. And obviously, I've still got friends from FlossTube that I talk to regularly. So it's been great to keep in contact with everyone. Just private message me if you want to ask me something or want to know what's going on. I have loved this hiatus. I've still been stitching like a demon. I'm on Instagram as Ali Stitching Studio. That's all small letters run together. I do post most days, so you know, if you follow me on Instagram, you really haven't missed any of my crafty endeavors. I've just not been filming, so you know, you really haven't missed anything that I've been doing. Obviously, I haven't talked about the big trip that I did. I do know a lot of you were looking forward to hearing about the US trip, so whether that's something that I do talk about on another video, I'll have a think about it. I'm going to try and upload this, and if this is successfully uploaded, it does not take 3 years. I don't have the family completely outraged by me hogging the Wi-Fi for 3 days. If it's seamless, quick off my iPhone, this might be the way to go for me, and you'll see more of me here. If not, I will retreat respectfully back to Instagram and you'll see me there. All is well. I'm keeping well and healthy. The whole family is well and healthy. We're making the most of being in isolation, working hard around our acreage and getting lots of jobs done. It's a good feeling. Luckily, none of us are ill and none of our loved ones are ill. In Australia, our uptake of the coronavirus has obviously not been as tragic as other parts of the world. So we are thankful for that. Our government's been extremely proactive in putting us into lockdown. So I am very thankful for their diligent, quick response to things, and fingers crossed no one on here has lost a loved one either. My mother is 83 and she lives with us, so of course I'm always monitoring and making sure that we don't do anything to expose her to anything. So crazy times we live in. I hope you all stay well. Stitching, of course, is a massive, massive boon to us in these times. You know, it's like we have been practicing really for this lockdown, isn't it? I'll just quickly show you the whip. I did think about printing out some of the whips that the projects that different designers have put in place for Corona. You know, talking about mental health and stay well and stay home and stitch and all those kinds of things. And they're lovely, but I remembered I had one that I picked up for Christmas from Modern Folk Embroidery, and that is the Jane Austen. I'll show you the front of the chart in a second. So that's where I'm up to. Now this is it's called Copper Penny. It's a Wiltshire linen. It's hand dyed from Traditional Stitches, I want to say. And look, the linen has shrunk, and I have a hell of a time. Oh, look, it looks quite good through this camera. I should try and stitch it through the camera lens. It's looking quite easy there to see, but I had a hell of a time on this chart. Much better now. I use my mag eyes and it's quite successfully coming together for me. So It's just going to be all black on this lovely, it's nighttime now and I've got the fluorescent lights on above me, so this is really quite washed out, but that is quite a green fabric, which is just not going to really show up in this light, but I'm really, really loving it. It's quite an aged, as I said, the name's called Copper Penny, and it really does look like that in daylight, so I'm looking forward to this being stitched. It won't take me long now. I've got my mag eyes in and I'm going for it for a few hours every night. I believe I'll have this framed and up on the wall in a couple of weeks. And it just talks about being the best place to be is at home. Let me find the chart for you. You probably all know the one I'm talking about anyway. What's it officially called? Real Comfort, semicolon, a Jane Austen sampler. There you go. So the saying is, there is nothing like staying at home for real comfort. And I just thought, at this time in life, this is a PDF, so it's printed off my printer who at that time just had black and white. So it's to commemorate the 200-year anniversary of Jane Austen. And I think that is pretty well perfect for this time. I'm just doing it in the DMC 310, so just a black. And those houses, I should get to one of those tonight. I can't wait. Or actually the church. I think that church will be the first one coming down from that leaf there. The church will be the first thing I stitch. But I adored this, and when I thought about printing out some of the others, I remembered I had this and thought, well, oh, excuse me, that is the one that I think suits this time. As I said, stay well, everyone. Love all your work. I have loved watching everyone. I've just started watching FlossTube again in the last few months. Haven't really watched a lot of it in the last year or two. Just busy doing other things. I'll give you a little bit of a life update, I suppose. I've had many different jobs in the last couple of years, and just busy. Kids are now 16 and 17. Last year of school for one, apprenticeship for another. Just busy times, and not a lot of time to, I suppose, do extras, and FlossTube and filming on YouTube just felt like a big extra for me. Of course, heavily involved in my sports still, going to the gym 5 or 6 times a week. So it all just, you know, and working 5 or 6 days a week. So just, you know, way too much to do everything all the time, everywhere. And obviously having the property and a marriage and everything has to be all the balls up in the air, and something had to drop and it had to be FlossTube. So nothing's wrong. Thank you very, 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 very much to everyone who has over the last couple of years asked how I'm going, if I'm okay. Everything is just perfect. I do thank you for your concern and for reaching out to me. It is appreciated, and I hope that you all stay well and that I will have a successful outcome in uploading this, and I will talk to you soon. Thank you, everyone. Bye, FlossTube.